What's going on, everybody? Smoother Man here. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good morning. So check it out. I wanted to talk to you guys about protecting your heart from women, right? It's very important, very important. Unfortunately, some of you guys, though, and you know what? It may be beneficial for you if you have to go through it yourself in order to learn it the hard way, right? But it's important that you protect your heart from women, especially now in this day and time, because it's not like how it was in our grandparents, and for some of you younger guys, it may even be your great grandparents' generation rather than even your grandparents, right? Like for me, it would be my grandparents, but for you guys, it may be your great grandparents or your great great grandparents' generation, where they used to stay married till death did them part. Sickness and in health, richer or for poorer. But we in the red pill community, alpha male community, etc., we know that unfortunately in this day and time, that's just not how it is, right? It's very rare that you can find that ride or die chick in this day and time. It's very rare that you can find somebody who's going to stay with you till death do you part, in sickness and in health, or for richer or for poorer. We know that that's very rare in this day and time. And because it's so rare, right? And this goes for guys, no matter whether you're religious, married, long-term relationship, unfortunately, you gotta protect your heart, guys, right? You gotta protect your heart. And I'm not downing love, right? I'm not saying that love is not real and down. I'm not downing. I'm not telling you like some of these guys out here who, almost telling you, it sounds like they're telling you to basically become a monk, which is not realistic for a lot of men, right? It's not realistic and it's not, I'm not I don't agree with that. I'm not encouraging that, right? That you completely give up on women, that you completely avoid relationships totally. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not one of those people. But what I'm saying is, with this red pill information, with this alpha male information, what I'm saying is that you go in with precautions, right? You go into any relationship with precautions, long-term marriage, whatever, you go in with precautions. You go in protecting your heart, right? So that way you can avoid the heartaches and the depression that could possibly come. We've seen it, right? We last few months, weeks, we've talked about Dr. Dre, how he was married to his wife for months. For years, over 20 years. All of a sudden, she wants a no-fault divorce, meaning she's not saying that he did anything wrong. She's just not happy no more. Now she wants to leave. The most recent one I saw was Uncle Luke, Luke Skywalker from the 2 Live Crew, right? The rap group, the 2 Live Crew, where he even said that this was a complete shock to him. He was caught completely unawares. He didn't see this coming. So imagine then, if you don't see it coming and your wife all of a sudden says, you know what, I'm not happy. I'm leaving you. I want to leave you. Imagine the heartbreak he must feel at this moment, since he says that this was completely a shock to him. He was completely caught blindsided by this, right? Imagine what heartbreak he must be going through, right? Tracy Morgan, the comedian Tracy Morgan, the football player, I believe it was Emmitt Smith, right? And it doesn't matter. These guys are wealthy, famous, got a plenty of money, but she's just not happy anymore. Didn't say they were abusive. Didn't say he was cheating. Didn't say he was mentally abusive or whatever. None of that. No, just she's not happy, and she's just not happy. She just doesn't want to be with you anymore. You provided, right? You provided for her. Especially these guys, they got the money to provide. But we've seen it happen to men who just regular guys out here with regular jobs, working hard, construction, UPS, FedEx, doctor, lawyer, whatever. You come home, you're working, providing. Come home, you find your wife in bed with another man. Or she's just for no reasonable reason at all, she's just not happy anymore, and she just wants out the relationship. You didn't do anything wrong. You're a great guy, whatever she's telling you, but she's just not, for whatever reason, she's just not happy. She's just not happy. And you're left standing there, right? You're left standing there. It hurts, man. We know it. We've been there before. Most of us have been there before. It hurts. It's painful. Some of you guys going through a depression. Unfortunately, we hear stories of some guys, they can't take it, they kill themselves. Or worse, they not only do they kill themselves, but before they kill themselves, they go and they kill the woman. They kill her family. They go to the local grocery store, local school, mall, shoot it up, and then they kill themselves. That's how distraught they were. And that's, of course, that's the worst level. You never want to let yourself get to that level, guys. You never want to let yourself get to that level. You feel me? But how do you prevent that? You got to protect your heart. You got to protect your heart. And what I've learned to do, what I've talked to my sons about and other men, is that what you got to do is learn to, yes, enjoy the moments. That's what you got to do. You got to learn to just enjoy the moments for what it is. Enjoy those special moments. Enjoy those special times together. But that's how you got it. You got to take it for what it is. That it's this in the moment. Right now, this is what it is. Beautiful, it's great. Live in the moment of it, of your times with your wife or significant other, right? Enjoy the moments for what it is, because you never know when that's the last moment. You don't want to get caught unawares. You don't want to allow yourself to completely fall head over heels for a woman, especially in this day and time, where they're being encouraged to seek a man for, the materials from a man. And of course, as a man, we've been taught that's our job, right? You're the provider. But what I'm saying is the materialistic things, like you seen the video with, so what's her name, Sarweedy, whatever the hell, talking about if your man's not getting you a Birkin bag, then he can't be your man. The city girls, if he's not giving you them stacks, if you're not giving her those stacks and racks, then you can't be her man. That's what's being implanted into the minds of women and the girls that are coming up. For you guys, you younger guys, man, you're gonna have it the worst if this trend continues. So in order to protect yourself from that, you gotta protect your heart. So I'm not saying give up completely on love. I'm not saying completely become a cold-hearted dude. Although, as my brother Steph is cold. Shout out to Steph is cold. You gotta be cold. He's right. You gotta be cold. But don't become completely like Mr. Freeze, where you're completely, dead cold to these women. No, be cold, but learn how to move with precaution. As the saying goes, knowing is half the battle. You feel me? Knowing is half the battle. And that's what this content, all this red pill and MGTOW and alpha male, that's what all this is about. It's about having that information about the nature of women, so that way when you get involved with them, whether it's long term or you want to go with marriage or whatever, that you go in with that knowledge, knowing their nature, having that precaution, so that way you avoid the pitfalls. You don't get blindsided like Uncle Luke. Shout out to Uncle Luke, right? You don't get blindsided and say, "Oh, I didn't expect this. I'm confused why she wants a divorce. I didn't see the signs," whatever. Even if you don't see the signs, even if she's so calculated that she just one day up and disappears on you, you won't be left depressed. You won't be left heart aching and in pain, because you would have known, well, yeah, that's how they are. You're like, well, okay, there it is. That's how they are. At least we had some good times. That's how you got to be about it. You can say, hey, well, at least we had some good times with, at least I had some good times with her. Right? You got to protect your heart. Like that song, right? From UGK, right? You guys familiar with that? The song with UGK, Bun B, Pimp C, and Outkast together, right? At the beginning of the song, in the video, Andre 3000 is about to get married, you know what I'm saying? And all his boys are around him trying to give him advice or whatever. And one of the key points of advice they gave him was, protect your heart, 3 stacks. Protect your heart. These girls are smart. What were they telling him? Telling him, go ahead, bro. If you're going to get married, go on ahead and do that, bro. Cool. We support you. But make sure you protect your heart. Because, unfortunately, they will break it, bro. They will break it. And there's been stories out there of women doing some real cold-hearted, low-down, dirty stuff. And again, yeah, we know men have done stuff. But right now, this is for the men. I'm talking to the men, because when we get heartbroken, it's real deep heartbroken. It's painful, bro. It hurts, man. It hurts when a man do, because when we love, we really love. You see, we really love. So when it happens to a man, bro, oh man, it's wow, yeah. It can take you down. It can take you down into the deep depths. So to avoid that, you got to protect your heart. You got to go in with this knowledge that yes, there's the possibility of this happening, and you got to compartmentalize it. You got to compartmentalize your feelings and just enjoy the times in the moment. Live in the moment when you're with your wife or whoever, whatever type of relationship you decide to seek, right? Just live in the moment. Enjoy the moments. But never allow yourself to fall completely head over heels, free falling in love. No, not in this day and time. You can't do it. Not in this day and time. Okay, fellas? So protect your heart. Go in with the precaution. Go in with the knowledge of the nature of women and how they are and how their emotions can flip and flop in a moment, in a split second. Right? How you could be doing all the right things, but for whatever reason, it could be illogical as hell, she's just not happy no more. Go into it with that knowledge, and you can prevent yourself from that type of really deep heartache and depression. You got me, guys? It's very important. It's one thing that I learned over my years of relationship as a teen up until an adult male. Right? It took time. I wish we would have had this content back when I was coming up, but we didn't. We had to learn it trial and error. And in this day and time with the internet, all these guys out here, you know who they are. They're giving you that information, right? To help you to avoid these problems in the future, especially you young guys. Like I said, unfortunately, it may be beneficial for some of you guys that you have to just experience it yourself. So that way you can learn the lesson the hard way, but then be able to go into future relationships with that knowledge, learning how to protect your heart from such. So again, I'm not saying, don't get into relationships. Don't, that you can't love a woman. No. But you gotta protect your heart. You gotta protect your heart. You gotta always keep a little on reserve. You gotta keep up a barrier to make sure that you don't completely, like I said, free fall into love, where if she decides to do you dirty or leave you, and again, notice how they are. It could be for any reason. It doesn't have to be that anything was done wrong. It could just be because. And because of that, you have to make sure that you go in with precaution. You go in protecting your heart from that. You got to keep some on reserve. You got to just enjoy the moments for what it is at the moment. So that, because that way, if it does come, you won't say I got blindsided. You won't say I'm confused. You won't say I didn't see this coming. You be like, oh, okay, all right, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is, right? And then it's easier to recover. It's easier to recover, and you can move on. Okay, guys? So hopefully, I hope and I know that this is going to help somebody out there. All right? I appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to like the video. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. If you appreciate the content, go on ahead and, and show your appreciation. Hit up the Cash App or the PayPal. All right, guys? So, again, appreciate you guys out there. Appreciate your support. Again, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're going to keep giving you this content. All right, guys? Peace. I'm out.